Valmiki Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda, Book number 2, Sarga 66, Roman numerals, LXVI 66, D. Embalming. Kaushalya's eyes with tears o'erflowed, weighed down by varied sorrow's load. On her dead lord her gaze she bent, who lay like fire, whose might is spent. Like the great deep with waters dry, or like the clouded sun on high. Then on her lap she laid his head, and on Kaikei looked and said, Triumphant now enjoy thy reign, without a thorn thy side to pain. Thou hast pursued thy single aim, and lulled the king, O wicked dame. Far from my sight my Rama flies, my perished lord has sought the skies. No friend, no hope, my life to cheer, I cannot tread the dark path here. Who would forsake her husband, who, that God to whom her love is due, and wish to live 1 hour but she, whose heart no duty owns like thee. The ravenous sees no fault, his greed will end on poison blindly feed. Kaikei, through a humpback maid, this royal house in death has laid. King Janak with his queen will hear, heart-rent like me, the tidings drear of Rama banished by the king, urged by her impious counseling. No son has he, his age is great, and sinking with the double weight. He for his darling child will pine, and pierced with woe his life resign. Sprung from Videha's monarch she, a sad and lovely devotee, roaming the wood unmeet for woe, will toil and trouble undergo. She in the gloomy night with fear the cries of beast and bird will hear, and trembling in her wild alarm will cling to Rama's sheltering arm. Ah, little knows my duteous son that I am widowed and undone. My Rama of the lotus eye, gone hence, alas, to die. Now, as a living wife and true, I, and this day, will perish too. Around his form these arms will throw, and to the fire with him will go. Clasping her husband's lifeless clay, a while the weeping votaress lay, till chamberlains removed her thence, o'ercome by sorrow's violence. Then in a cask of oil they laid him who in life the world had swayed, and finished as the Lord's desired, all rights for parted souls required. The Lord's all-wise refused to burn the monarch ere his son's return. So far a while the corpse they set, embalmed in oil, and waited yet. The women heard, no doubt remained, and wildly for the king they plained, with gushing tears that drowned each eye. Wildly they waved their arms on high, and each her mangling nails impressed deep in her head and knee and breast. Of Rama reft, who ever spake the sweetest words the heart to take, who firmly to the truth would cling. Why dost thou leave us, mighty king? How can the consorts thou hast left, widowed of Raghu's son bereft, live with our foe Kaikeyi near, the wicked queen we hate and fear? She threw away the king, her spite, drove Rama forth, and Lakshman's might. And gentle Sita, how will she spare any whosoe'er it be? Oppressed with sorrow, tear disdained, the royal women thus complained. Like night when not a star appears, like a sad widow drowned in tears. Ayodhya's city, dark and dim, reft of her lord, was sad for him. When thus for woe the king to heaven had fled, and still on earth his lovely wives remained, with dying light the sun to rest had sped, and night triumphant o'er the landscape reigned. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How can they translate Sanskrit to this kind of British? It just boggles my mind. The chapter about Dasharatha being embalmed in oil, his body, his clay, the 666, the carbon molecules, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, and 6 protons, 666. The material temporary body has been put in a casket of oil, embalming oil. Kaushalya crying she wants to enter the fire with her lord, the husband. This is what we are talking about. When somebody reads Ramayana and when they read how the women acted and behaved back then, the queens, the princesses, and what they say, it's just like completely opposite of what is being politically done in Kali Yuga. Every woman, literally, Kaushalya, Sita Devi, Sumitra, every noble woman would say that her husband is her lord. And that's it. And in Kali Yuga, we have complete opposite. Complete opposite. So that's why people cannot read Ramayana, because when they hear this, it'll be distasteful for them. That's because of practicing vices and sinfulness. Sinfulness means ignorance. Ignorance means sinfulness. Like that. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful translation from Sanskrit to British by Mr. Ralph Griffith. Jai Shri Ramayana. Roma Victa, Hail Ram. Ciao.